For you as a filmmaker, why now for this particular story and why this unique take?
Well, I guess, I mean, it was unusual in that the idea came to me. It didn't originate from me, which I think for first-time filmmakers, quite often that's something that you've been bursting to tell for a really long time, and that wasn't the case. It was something that came to me, and then I had to find a way to channel it into the version of the movie that felt representative of me. So that just became about unpicking it from a historical perspective and figuring out what I thought was interesting and what I thought could do with a bit of a shake-up. And then attaching a bunch of brilliant actors to help me figure that out.
It's always good, isn't it? Mia, for you, I mean, you played some really interesting characters in your career, Alice in Wonderland, Crimson Peak. What was it about Judy that kind of drew you to her and this particular unique take?
Well, I just loved the whole world of it. I loved the world that Mirrah created. I loved that it was period, but it wasn't sort of specific to any particular sort of set time, and that there was like a slight fantastical element, but also very sad and real. And I just liked this amalgamation of all these different things. So it was the whole thing, really, that I was just excited to be part of.
And it's such a unique tale that I can imagine it was not difficult to make, but it took some convincing for people. Was it good that when it all came together that you were able to tell it in the way that you wanted to tell it?
Yeah, I was so lucky, and I think that was largely because Vice were really taking risks and backing filmmakers and allowing filmmakers to be very kind of true to their voice and vision, which is not always the case, and so I feel incredibly indebted to them for trusting me. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're seeing in the festival, particularly this year, we've seen so many female-directed, female-produced, female-starring lead roles movies. How important do you think that is in 2019 that we're getting to see more and more of this?
I think it's important at all times, and I guess especially now it's recent events have made it kind of more possible, I guess, or there's a bit more kind of consciousness around funding.
You feel it, don't you?
Yeah.
Like we feel like we're in the middle of a really interesting groundswell, and it feels natural, and it feels way too late, but it feels it feels good.
Yeah.
Just finally, for people who don't know too much about it going in tonight, what are you hoping they take away and enjoy as part of the movie?
I hope they love its originality and just lean into the strange world that Mirrah's created, and that's all I think. I hope they enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, we really did set out to make a kind of joyful, irreverent movie, but there's a lot of heavy political stuff intertwined there, so I hope that it's an enjoyable experience too. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, I always had a clear sense of how the tone should feel on the page, but it is very unusual tonally, and so a lot of that was about trying to communicate that to my actors and to my crew. And
I feel like that was there from the beginning. It was just such an amazing mix of all these different tones, and that was part of the reason that I was so drawn to it, because I just wanted to see how it would all come together, and I felt like it was really there from the script, and it's still translated in the film as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey